Hello. It took a long time for that to go live for some reason. Thank you for joining us. I am Melissa the Dreadful Mystic, and my co-host today is the Deviant Witch.
Hello, people. Hi. Hello.
So today we are going to discuss 6 ways to improve your sex magic. Yummy.
Very nice.
So, this will just be different ways utilizing different things to discuss to improve your sex magic, to put that little in your sex life, to utilize sex magic in whatever ways you want to utilize it. So, Mr. Michael, the Deviant Witch, what is one way?
I knew you were gonna like. I knew it was gonna be me.
Of course, it's gonna be you.
All right then. I suppose. Okay. So like my first tip. I don't even. Everything that I say now is gonna sound so sexual. And the video that I shared with you last night about the sausage, the cartoon, we touched it. Y'all have to watch that video. Anyways, but no, the first tip that I would have, well, I'll do two kind of. You just have to be comfortable in your own skin. You have to feel comfortable with the energy that you're channeling. And, before you get into sex magic, before you do anything like that, you have to prepare yourself belief-wise, because a lot of people, when we get into sex magic, we have to realize that we're releasing well, obviously we're releasing many things, but you're releasing old patterns, and you're releasing things that no longer serve you, and they hold you back. And sometimes that's scary stuff, and sometimes that's like years and years of being almost brainwashed into thinking that sex is bad. So that's kind of a partial into what you have to do. But a tip would be to work with crystals.
Oh yes.
This thing is so huge. Okay, so obviously, y'all, I'm gonna be holding this in my hand for a minute. I do, I do a lot of love working, and I do a lot of sex working, and I help a lot of people in that way. So I create a lot of products that are geared towards sex and love and lust and stuff like that. So I always have things like this, phallic symbols and other, types of symbols that represent, sexuality, sensuality, and fertility to charge. So I would suggest getting like crystals. This one's a rose quartz, huge dick. I mean, it just is. So you can utilize like this, rose quartz phallus, I guess, to inspire that connection. This actually would be really good for a man who is having sexual dysfunction or having issues with connecting with himself, because rose quartz is great at helping you to boost that confidence in a way of understanding what you're good at and how you are, and releasing the things that no longer serve you, and easing that tension. Because a lot of times when you have performance anxiety, or if you have things like that, that hold you back from really giving your all to the person you're with, it's because you have too much stress, you have too much shit going on in your head. And so having like crystal dick right here, and especially rose quartz, it will help the individual to sort of ease and release that tension, and not worry about all of that, those things. And it will help them to connect better with their body. So that's something to take into consideration, is rose quartz, and especially rose quartz in the phallic nature would be really good at for a male to connect with themselves, and allowing themselves to be in their body and heal their body. Because a lot of men are they're scared to admit that they have maybe performance anxiety, or if they have performance issues because of everything else going on. So they already have that stress going on, So this, even for the other partner to utilize this and charging something, this is great to ease that, and to help release tension, and to help release that that scare.
Yes, I like that. You know, I really love the fact the base of your crystal deck is a heart.
It is. I know, right? Now
That's awesome.
it's like staring at me. But it is, and it is heavy. It's heavy.
Well, since you talked about a crystal, I will go along the crystal line as well. And you know, sex magic, if you are with a partner, especially if that partner is not magically inclined, if they're like my significant other, he doesn't perform magic, but obviously, whenever I want to um, participate in sex magic, I usually, you know, he like agrees upon doing that with me. I don't like just decide I'm going to cast this spell utilizing sex magic and don't tell him because I think that's just not cool. But he does tend to get a little nervous, you know, because he's seen me cast a bajillion spells, but he doesn't cast. And so I like to utilize black obsidian, especially the
Ooh.
arrows, to sort of cut away at his worries, you know, and resistance, and you know anything that would hinder the process of sex magic. And so yeah, I love utilizing these. Also, if you are looking to enhance your just sex with magic, um, these are awesome to use as well because you can like cut away all that negative um, programs, resistance. You know that unsure, you know, emotions that we get when it comes to sex, to actually expressing our sexual nature. So these are wonderful to use to sort of get rid of those inhibitions. That's the word I've been looking for, inhibitions. I couldn't think of it earlier.
Yes.
So yeah, these work wonderful for that purpose. So black obsidian is amazing for that.
I like it.
Mm.
Very
Very,
nice. I
very
do
nice.
like it. And so I actually, my next tip would be to, again, utilize divination or a divination tool. But again, y'all, you see me use this a lot, but I love tarot of sexual magic. This is an if you're going to utilize sex magic, if you're going to perform it, whether it be solo or not, you need this deck because it's just so powerful. It's so raw. And you know, you have your tarot deck and it's great to process imagery. It's great to journey and path work. So when you're casting sex magic, the cards are perfect to either, you know, tell you if it's a great time to cast sex magic, what to do, how to do it, if you need to get a little kinky or not. The cards will tell you that. And then you can also utilize the cards to charge something. Let's say you're, you know, you're getting crazy on your bed, you can have a story being told, you know, underneath the bed, like in a circle or however you perform it, with something at the center, like a bowl of water or some, or you know, bowl of vodka or something. And so as you are enacting, as you're, you know, you're having sex and you're raising that energy and you're experiencing that connection, that power also is charging those cards that are telling the story, that are expressing exactly what you want to manifest, that are expressing what you want to bring to life. And so as you are sharing your body and you're creating that, you know, very intense experience, that connection, that energy again shifts down into the cards and it activates each one and it raises energy in each one. And as that energy is being raised, it infuses the center point. Whichever it is, if you want to pop it, if you want it to be a bowl of water, vodka, whatever, but it goes into that, and there's your magic, there's your vehicle, one of your many vehicles of transformation, of giving life. And so that's something to consider when performing sex magic. Tarot cards, especially this deck, Tarot of Sexual Magic, is perfect.
Oh yes, I need that deck. I really do. I love it. It is awesome. I love the pictures. I just love everything about it.
It is
And
awesome.
and that's a perfect way to give life to a poppet, by the way, especially if that poppet's going to be connected to you and your partner. Or if you're trying like a fertility kind of magic, oh my gosh, the ideas are really endless. So yes, I love that. And also, we have recorded a tarot and sex magic video. I shared it on my page earlier, but I'll also put it in the description below, so y'all can check that out because it was a really fun show.
It was fun. It was.
It was so much fun. So let's see. The next tip I wanted to talk about is oils, and I love jasmine. If you can see that, there we go. Kinda, yeah, there, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, jasmine oil is awesome. Oh my gosh, I love it so much when it comes to building up energy, building up sexual energy, releasing inhibitions, having that really flirty, seductive energy in the room. Not only will it help you raise energy in general, but it also is just amazing to work with whenever it comes to any type of sexual or sensual encounters, because it is, and
Yes.
it smells amazing. A really, you could start out with a massage oil where you take a few drops of jasmine into, like, say, some coconut oil. That is not only awesome for your skin, it is just really, it feels amazing. Because coconut oil, even if it's kind of, in fact, what's even more fun is to put it in the refrigerator, let it kind of solidify, because coconut oil solidifies very easily once the temperature is down to a certain level. Then you take it in your room and you just put a little bit in your hand, and the heat from your hand melts it, and you
Right.
can start rubbing and just having fun.
Yeah.
Rubbing. Mhm.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that.
Mm. It is so
Mm.
much fun.
That's funny that you mentioned jasmine, because my well oil, because my last tip is also an oil. This is rosewood, and I really love rosewood. Like rosewood is fucking awesome. And what you can utilize it for, and the perfect way to do this is to bring connection between sexuality, sensuality, and what is that word I'm looking for? The more compassionate essence of love, the one that doesn't necessarily have its focus on sexuality or sensual being. There's also, that expression of unconditional love and that compassion, the compassionate nature. Rosewood ties all of that together. It's very sexual and sensual, but that shit is hiding in rosewood, in the oil. The thing that's more dominant in rosewood is the very loving connection, the very subtle and that compassionate nature. I don't know how to express it, but that's kind of what rosewood is. And so for people who want to improve their sex witchery, their sex magic, rosewood would be really good to channel, to help process into full-on sex magic, to help process and work through that energy. Rosewood would be great to create stamina to start off. You want to start off a little low, and you build up, and then it strengthens, and you go full force and go at it. You have fun. It's great for building that energy. So it starts off as like that flirtatious energy, and that connection, and then it builds. Rosewood, as it develops, as it's lengthened, it builds, and you find ecstasy. And then as you build that ecstasy and as you experience it, you release it. And then, Rosewood has all those stages. And so that's why it's perfect for any sort of sex magic, because not only does it smell good, it triggers those responses where it's like, oh, I have that loving energy. It's it's kind of like a sacred horror, in a sense, uh, it brings connection, and it expands and builds ecstasy, and it's very orgasmic, I guess you could say. And so definitely, rosewood is powerful. You could put that on a candle, and you could put that on a phallic candle, or even a vulva, like, those candles, which are always weird to me, but whatever. Obviously, they would be. But yeah, you can anoint those candles to bring together a relationship and a union, and to know that you're in it for the long haul. Rosewood kind of has that power to do so.
I love that. I love that. Yes. Rosewood is so much fun to work with because it's like you said, it's very subtle but very powerful. It like Michael expressed, it builds. So it is just one of those really lovely oils that are just fun to work with. Let's see. The only other tip I could think of, since we're just doing 3 apiece, is a love altar or a sex altar. To me, you can get so much energy from that, regardless of if you keep it up permanent or if it's just for that night. If you just want to set it up, I don't really have a place in my room where I can keep something like that permanent all the time. So sometimes I'll just take it down and just bring it out whenever I need to utilize that energy. So I'll put it up, and it's more of a love and relationship altar, but you can always make that just sex energy, sex magic.
Mm-hmm.
And putting things like Michael has suggested with the phallic crystal, the very large phallic crystal.
Very heavy and large.
Certain crystals like obsidian, any of the tips we've already given, even if you want even if you have like jasmine scented candles, like candles with jasmine oil or whatever, you can take everything we've suggested and center it on this altar. And it doesn't, I mean, it should be in the room with you. To me, that would be the best place. But it's not like you have to be, it has to be like right at the foot of your bed. In fact, I don't suggest that because I know for me, I personally kicked an altar over before. Enough said about that. So an altar is an awesome sort of energy centrally located spot where you can send that energy that you're building up with sex magic. It can improve your sex life, just whatever you want to utilize the altar for at that time. That's going to help.
Right.
So a lot of quartz crystals pointed like at your bed, like these little babies, you know, pointed towards you, from your altar. That is a good conduit, or the other way, I guess, if you want it to travel.
If you're charging something, yeah.
Right, and if you want to pull that energy to you for like a better sexual experience or whatever, then you obviously would point it your way. So, yeah, those would be excellent to utilize. So, to me, that's very beneficial for anyone who wants to work on sex magic. Sorry, my significant other is being very loud right now.
Oh, that's okay. That's all. Well, what's funny is like next time we do a sex magic show, we can talk about noise. the power of the voice and noise and all of that.
Right. That is a really good idea too. And if you could think really, well, if your brain still functions while you're, going through the sex magic and are in the middle of the throes of passion, you can even chant certain things during it. But you just shook my camera all over the place.
Oh shoot! That's shook me all night long.
He's being ornery over here. Anyway, so. So, yeah, if you can concentrate well enough, because sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, you can chant certain things during sex. Especially if you have a specific idea in mind where you want to channel that energy. So
Yeah.
that would be
Right.
fun.
That would be. We'll have to talk about that next time, like the sigils, chants, maybe, and the power of the noise and voice.
And let me tell you, sigils those are fun. A lot of fun, especially with like the edible sigils.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So, yes, we'll save that for a different show.
Definitely, definitely. So thank you all for participating and watching, and we're not really participating, but watching anyway, because we're not having a Q&A today. So thanks for watching, and like I said, I will put the link to our tarot and sex magic um, show,
Hello.
description below. I'm sorry, I have someone distracting me over here. So yeah, he's leaving now. But so I'll put that in the description box below. Also, be sure to check out our shows through Deviant Witchery shows on Saturday, usually around 10-ish my time, which is central, so y'all can figure out your respective times from there. And also we have tarot shows every other Wednesday. And of course, follow, like, subscribe to the Deviant Witch, my lovely co-host.
Oh.
And you know, if you're watching this, you probably already like and subscribe to me. But if you haven't, do it.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Peace.